Good evening. The assessment that I will be doing is called the Cloze Assessment. Is spelled Cloze, so I'm just pronouncing it Cloze Assessment. And basically, the Cloze Assessment involves deleting words from a prose selection and asking students to replace them on the basis of the remaining context. The skill measured by this tool is comprehension, and in some modifications of this assessment, it can also assess bilingual assessment. Materials needed for this. So it starts with a passage of about 300 words. Shorter passages may be used, but reliability could be jeopardized. Choose any word as the first to be deleted, but leave a sentence so intact at the beginning of the test. Thereafter, mark every fifth word until there are 50 in all. Word process the test so that the words you've marked are replaced by blanks. The blanks must be of equal length. For younger students, leave blanks of around 15 spaces to give them room to write in the word. For older students, you may wish to number the blanks so that students can write their answers on a separate sheet. Procedures for administering this specific assessment. So it can be done in a group setting or individual setting. It's generally unwise to administer closed tests to people or students that are lower than grade 4. We'll talk about that later. But make certain students know that each blank represents only one word. Explain that this is more likely a guessing game than a test. Even the best readers will not be able to guess many of the words. Encourage them to try to guess the word that was actually there, the word the author used, and there's no time limit on this test. Finally, scoring procedures for this assessment. Give credit for verbatim answers only. Synonyms and only semantically acceptable responses are considered incorrect. Minor misspellings are counted as correct. However, spellings that indicate that the child might have been thinking of another word are counted as incorrect. And then it gives you some examples right here, just kind of how the original word, child's answer, and then the scoring. And then it says compute the percentage of correct answers and use the following scoring guide. So how this is scored is kind of independent level, instructional level, and then finally frustrational level. And then so going back to when I said this test is only administered to grades 4 and older, it's because of how the format is set up. So this is kind of an example of how a passage for this closed test would probably be set up, something like this. And some students that are in grades 4 and lower might just get confused by this format. And even though they might be the best of readers or the best at comprehension, this might just throw them off, putting them at a lower level than they actually are. So they recommend that this assessment be given to students who are in grade 4 and up. I believe that is all that I have for this assessment review, and yeah, thank you.